So there we are, live after 2 months, I think. So let's see what we do today. Short Halloween live stream, not that long because of course the children need to be fed again in about 2 hours. One of them is sleeping in my lap right now because she can't be alone. So she is our honored guest. Though she of course will not see anything. She's like down here below the desk. She's sleeping now. Great. She's not like she did not go to sleep for an hour, but now she's sleeping. Apparently, she likes to be near a stream. I don't know, but of course, she's our little darling here, and we will have some fun now with some Lovecraft. I thought, and talk a bit because we have not talked a bit for quite some time now. And yeah, can't wait to start this. Um, we'll just see what happens. I've prepared a video about Lovecraft lore, so we'll just watch that and talk a bit about other stuff if you want to. Hi, Miriam. Hello there. First one in the stream. Welcome. I don't even know how many people will turn up today because this was short notice, but I thought tradition is tradition and we should do a live stream as we do every year. I don't even know what we did last year. I think last year we did like 8 hours. We won't do that today because, of course, yeah, children. Anyway, so I hope you have been doing well, Miriam, and have been enjoying the content. So let me actually put the chat up here somewhere else. Where is the chat? Chat. Nope. Oh, I'm very good. I played a bit Lord of the Fallen with a friend. Finally got it working. My internet connection was a bit shit, and I fixed it. And yeah, that's that's about all I did. Like I did some child caring, but other than that, like that's life with newborn children. It's so stupid. She's sleeping now. Like she's not been sleeping for about an hour. Now she's sleeping. She probably just wanted to be part of the stream unofficially. Anyway, so let's see. So I've prepared a video, just a like short one today. Like normally I would have done more, but we will just get into some Lovecraft today, and I will try to figure out how to put the chat up. Ah, there it is. Perfect. So I will put you all here, and yeah, she's pretty good, cute, and she also looks a lot like me, which is pretty funny and a bit uncanny. Like it's like seeing yourself in the past. Uh, but it's very cool, very cool. So anyway, yeah, and I've been playing Bleach BBS a bit today because I did not play for like a month and I almost missed the other event, and now I've collected some stuff today. I was not that lucky with pulling, but yeah, that's how it goes. That's how stuff like that goes, I guess. Anyway, so let me see if I can bring up the video I wanted to watch, because this was supposed to be part of my Spooktober stuff, but I did not have the time for it. So yeah, perfect. So got the video up. So this is some Lovecraftian monsters, and I don't know if I know all of them. I might know all of them. I'm pretty sure I have not read all of Lovecraft. Actually, yeah, I've got his collected works here in my shelf, but I have only read, I think, 4 of the 6 volumes of his stuff. I've read the main parts though, so oh yeah, there's the Shoggoth. I already see that. So let's just start, have some fun with some Lovecraft, and honor the tradition of annual Halloween live streams. And yeah, today, first time, 2 people here, even though you will only see one, of course. Oh, I can put myself in front of the screen as well. Normally, I don't put myself in front of the screen because of the copyright thing I put here. But yeah, no, I've not watched Bungo Stray Dogs. What is that? Is that an anime? Is that a TV show? Today I've found an anime I want to watch, and I've written it down. So I will probably starting December watch more anime here, because they are mostly 25-minute episodes, and I can edit that more easily. And yeah, I also will probably do more Wheel of Time again. So I think I will have, because I think tomorrow, no, the day after tomorrow, I will start my parental leave. So I might have half an hour to read every day. That's pretty good. Oh, an anime? No, I have not watched Bungo Stray Dogs. I don't. Wait, when did it come out? Like, is it a recent one, or is it like something older? I don't know. I've not watched that much anime, I think. Hi, the Perfect Idiot. Welcome to the Halloween stream. Honoring the tradition. Yeah, I had hoped that the horror story would be out today, but it is not. So we will do some Lovecraft, and we will do the horror story when it comes out, I think. The problem is it's probably like 5 hours or so, so I can't do it in one sitting. So I might split it, but it's a good one. So anyway, so let's see what this lore dive will be. I might edit this for YouTube, like to make it more small, but we could talk about other stuff as well, other than Lovecraft, of course. Like if you have good stuff I could watch in the future, because currently as you know, I'm still doing Wheel of Time, and One Piece, and I have to. Oh, hi Anthrax. Hope you're good. Thanks for the kind words. Good to see you loving the channel. I hope you like the content. I mean, you saying you love it is implying that, but always good to hear that. Always good to hear that. Really Perfect Idiot. I see why though. That is so bad. So is Shupnik Rat somewhere here? We will see. So I will talk about the ones I know. I will say what I think about the writing, I think. And if you know more horror stuff as well, you can comment on that, like from the video here. Also, I might give you a small tease of where you can find the first part of the horror story. But yeah, let's start the video. I've talked long enough. Now let's get into some lore dives of the scary kind.
Hi, it's Kate from Marvelous Videos. Today we look at
Hi,
every
Kate.
Lovecraftian monster. Well, horror heads, today we have an absolute treat.
Oh, that's
we will be exploring all the Lovecraftian monsters that you can think of. Howard Phillips Lovecraft, an American author, is now widely regarded as a forerunner of modern.
What is that?
Lovecraft was a pioneering horror novelist.
Oh yeah, by the way, before we get into this, you know that Lovecraft was a pretty shady dude, right? Yeah, Lovecraft's cat's name. That's or was it his dog? Oh man, it's so effed. Like it was another time. If you read Call of Cthulhu, you are like, mate, are you sure? Like Lovecraft. I think they tried to cancel him actually, like a year ago because of the content, because of his dog's name. Yeah, it's like, hi Ace, hi Ace. It's so good to see you back, and I hope your work goes well. And I hope we will do live streams for Tower of God like down the line again. But I've been thinking like I don't want to record Tower of God videos because live streams were so awesome. I would just wait, and that's how it is. I mean, if my daughter, like currently my daughter is sleeping on my lap because she wasn't going to sleep. So if she does that, I mean, we can just live stream with her, and you just won't know she's here. Like she's here right now. But anyway, yeah. So Lovecraft messed up stuff. Did you also know that Lovecraft was a real lover of ice cream? I think I read in one of the appendices to his collected works that he like went to the ice cream shop and sometimes like ate like just ice cream for lunch. So what a random dude. Yeah. I would also, yeah, perfectly. I would say he was the father. Like he definitely was the father of cosmic horror. I would also say that Poe did some very great work, like laying some foundations, but Poe was more mystery. There is a very weird story of Poe, though, that I really like. It's called, I don't know what it's called in English, actually. I just read it in German. The Man of the Masses or something. Like it's this weird story where like this ding dong, and he looks outside the window, and there's this weird dude in the crowd outside, and he always sees this dude in the crowd, and in the end, it's just yeah, he was the man of the crowds. Like that's so weird. Like it's very Lovecraftian, but in a way. But I don't know. Yeah, Lovecraft is the first one. I think Lovecraft is one of my absolute favorite horror authors. Though I would rate Junji Ito higher, actually. Like I think my favorite horror creator is Junji Ito because there have been stories of his I really, really got terrified by. And with Lovecraft, I only got terrified by one story. Like I couldn't sleep after one story of Lovecraft. And with Junji Ito, I think there's 4 or 5. So anyway, so his dog was called a kind of man, and you can look that up, and it's weird, but yeah, Junji Ito. Like I don't know if all in the chat, what's your favorite Junji Ito story? And I will tell you mine after that. And while you write that down, I will listen more to her intro. It's so weird that there are always these tentacles with Lovecraft. I think the tentacles are a bit overdone in adaptations.
Who impacted and inspired numerous horror-centered artists, be they writers, filmmakers, musicians, or painters.
Oh, that's The Mist, yeah. Bad ending, but
Lovecraft's
otherwise
stories
boring
are
movie.
Notoriously strange, and he was a master at capturing the terrible atmosphere that pervades his writings. An atmosphere
That
would
looks
draw you in
weird.
so deep that you felt as if you were there yourself. His literary style is instantly recognizable, and although being repetitious at times, it remains one of the most unique.
Repetitious at times. What was the name? The like you really notice it. So if we would do a Lovecraft reading, we might do that. We might read a Lovecraft story on the channel because I will have to record more reading stuff, I think, in the future as well. Because I mean, those of you like who've been following the past months, you know, like the TV show reactions have been really slow in coming out because like they take me like a week to edit and record. But so reading Lovecraft might be fun. I don't know. I might do that because I don't remember a lot of his work. Like I know the core, but yeah, it's I don't know. But yeah, Cyclopean, that's his word. Like he always does Cyclopean stuff. Cyclopean city, Cyclopean buildings, Cyclopean architecture. That's yeah. Yeah. Oh, Utsumaki is not the worst one. I perfectly did. I thought Utsumaki was very bad. Like that gave me creeps because of the slugs, the snail people. I thought that was very disgusting because I hate slugs. And I actually, I don't know if you've heard the one horror story I wrote where the one a woman turns into a slug, which is like that was one where I like worked through some trauma from Utsumaki, I think. But yeah, like Utsumaki. What I like about it is like he just takes this single idea of there's a spiral, and he just makes it scary. Like it's just a spiral. Why would it be scary? But in the end, it's very scary.
And distinct in the history of horror literature.
Oh yeah, there's Cthulhu. One last thing before we. I'm sorry, pausing again, but one last thing because we continue. I think Lovecraft's horror is outdated though, like the writing style is, because it's hard to put a finger on it, but I think it's too unpersonal. Like the characters are just there to encounter something, and they're not real characters often. So, yeah. Piccolo, yeah. I don't know if Namekians are. Oh yeah, they have the antenna, but yeah.
The phrase Lovecraftian horror refers to a subgenre or style of horror
Very
fiction
interesting
inspired
video
by
clips.
H.P. Lovecraft's stories. He is also regarded as the father of the cosmic horror subgenre, which he frequently employs in his works. The Dream Cycle, which is about the mythical
Ooh.
dreamlands, and the Cthulhu.
Oh, that's cool. That's from Cthulhu Mythos, the statue. I like this one. This one's cool. Cthulhu Mythos is very nice in that it has this great setup. But if you've seen my reaction to the Warhammer and Lovecraft video, I think the Cthulhu story is not good. Like horror writing wise. Like the idea is good. Like I would say from a modern perspective, Lovecraft's ideas were groundbreaking and brilliant, but the execution was often not that good. The only very, very good executions I can think of are Shadow Out of Time and A Whisper in the Darkness. Those two are like brilliant executions, but there are other stories where I was like, yeah, the idea is brilliant, but very tropey. And I think that might be because we look at it from nowadays, but I don't know.
Mythos, which is about a vast mythology of giant creatures.
We might do some reading and discussing Lovecraft, though. That might be fun.
Exhibit a vibrant chaos that has terrified readers for over a century.
What is that thing?
We've decided to visit that chaos in today's video and give you a list of all the terrible Lovecraftian monsters.
Oh, that's the Kraken.
As well as other stories by other Lovecraft.
That movie was so cool.
Before we go into our explanation,
don't know what it was called. Wrath of the Gods.
If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you.
Oh, and the kaiju of what's it called? Pacific Rim. Are we already starting? Are we at the first monster? Perfect idiot. That's funny. Yes, non-Euclidean geometry as well. Yeah, Cyclopean and non-Euclidean geometry. Non-Euclidean geometry is not that weird, though. There's a very cool video where someone built a space of non-Euclidean geometry. What it means is basically, I don't know if you all know this, so for anyone who doesn't know, non-Euclidean is that a triangle does not have a 180 degrees angle. So it's like bulging. I don't know. Curvature and like, yeah. Yeah, she's still sleeping. Good.
Shoggoth.
Oh, a Shoggoth.
Debuted in the book at the Mountains of Madness by
Oh, I stand corrected. Mountains of Madness also is a very, very good story. That one as well. That one's actually also very good.
H.P. Lovecraft. A Shoggoth, like a huge amoeba, is a sentient blob of self-shaping gelatinous flesh. If a Shoggoth molded itself into a sphere, it would...
Yeah. I agree that Lovecraft had a tentacle thing. Definitely he did.
...be around 15 feet in diameter. But there are larger and smaller variants. A Shoggoth can shape itself into whatever organ or shape it requires at the time. Yet in its natural state, it has a seething profusion of eyeballs, mouths, and pseudopodia.
I actually used a Shoggoth. Like, this story inspired my writing a lot in my early phases, I think. So in my horror universe, so to speak, there's something like a Shoggoth. And I wrote a story about it, but it's not good, so I never, it's not a good one, so it's not an official story in my universe. But I created a Shoggoth, but it wasn't a Shoggoth like a biomass, but it was a nanite swarm. And it was discovered below, I think, a US city. And so there were these researchers, and they did research on quantum computing. And they had the great, brilliant idea to put in cells like the stem cells. Is that the right word? So they put those into the circuitry because they thought that brains were also quantum computers, so they might use some part of that. And then the robot they built goes haywire, and there is this. There suddenly appears a hole in the wall somewhere in the towns where they are. And they, from that wall, there is, this weird whispering and wheezing, and they, go there, and, of course, everything goes to shit. It's not that good, though. I don't know. I would, I think the idea is very good, but I would need an editor, so like because I think the writing is not what it could be. Um, but I like the idea of something like a being you create to like fulfill works. And I think in the way the idea is still in the story universe, where you know what happens to the people that my ancient race takes. So like that's very nasty, and they basically become workers as well. But
Had the
I like
ability, and it
Shoggoth.
had
Shoggoth is
amazing
so
feats when it was
cool.
discovered at the South Pole. It was like
Also
watching a
looks
train
so
approach
horrid.
someone who was standing on its tracks. The Shoggoth may murder its opponents by surrounding them and creating enough suction to decapitate them.
I have to admit, though, the sound it makes it's what is a bit weak. I think that was the weakest part of the story because Lovecraft sets up the Shoggoth with tickly that this sound. And I think that's a stupid ass sound. Like that's not scary. That's just okay, mate. And then in the end, the thing comes and makes the sound, and it's supposed to be scary, but it's just laughable. I don't
During
know.
their uprising, they fought the Elder Things in this manner.
Our Elder
They
Things are
apparently have a
so
nasty,
cool.
overwhelming odor that totally masks the Elder Things' repulsive odor. The Elder Things bred the Shoggoths as animals who serve them for underwater construction.
Oh, that's
They
another
were great
thing,
living
I think,
building
yeah.
machinery because of their capacity to shape their bodies as needed. Despite being meant to be mindless, the Shoggoths mutated over the eons and gradually developed consciousness, even becoming rebellious.
It's a Pokemon
They eventually
Shoggoth.
toppled and
Shoggoth,
slaughtered the
Shoggoth.
Elder Things and created their own towns.
That as well, like this, the story of Mountains of Man is like this classical machines or like creations rebelling and like ending their masters. Very basic story. I think it like it is probably actually now that I think about it, I think the Mountains of Madness is the first instance of AI rebellion. Only that the AI wasn't AI but a IO race. So I think that's actually really wow. That's pretty visionary, actually. I'm not sure if this theme was discussed before the Shoggoth story. Wow, I just realized that like you have the meme of it's not a meme, it's like the trope of AI rebelling and overthrowing the masters. Like that's here, like your creations rebelling. That's wow. I'm kind of flashed by that right now. That's actually very cool.
Their design
Never
is actually
noticed
based
that.
on the Elder Things'
Yeah,
flight
AI
in
getting
vicinity.
sentience. It's
Some
so
Shoggoths
cool.
survived
Wow.
until the contemporary period,
Brilliant
most
stuff.
notably in
Brilliant
Antarctica
stuff.
and the deepest portions of the world's oceans, despite their rarity. The Deep Ones, a race of humanoid amphibious beings, are known to work with or use Shoggoths, often known as Sea Shoggoths.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Azathoth. Azathoth
Oh.
is an outer god who is also known as the Blinded Ear God, Nuclear Chaos, the Demon Sultan, the Deep Dark, and the Cold One.
I think Azathoth is basically God in the universe of Lovecraft. If I recall correctly, Azathoth is like he's this being outside the universe that dreams the universe. And I think I've talked about that before in World of Warcraft or in the Warcraft universe. Warcraft universe is Azeroth is a play on Azathoth, and because Azeroth is also dreaming the world, so to speak. Like there's this being slumbering in the planet. It's a reference to Azathoth. Yeah, the Rick and Morty episode Lawnmower Dog. That's a nice one. One of the best ones, I think. Yeah, it's quite a
is
jump.
impossible to describe, precisely because everyone sees him differently, and he is constantly changing. It's a gigantic, sensitive black hole, according to some reports.
Yeah.
Azathoth's physical manifestation.
Oh, that's also so cool. Ascension black hole, because the universe is a black hole. Like, I talked about that a bit in the discussions of Event Horizon Reaction. We are pretty sure in the black hole, so take that as you will. Yeah, I don't know. I think, by the way, these like things like Azathoth, describing them is very, very, very hard. Like I've got one creature in my horror series that is like something like Azathoth as well, and it's very, very hard to describe. Yes. I don't know if you can hear her. She's murking. Yes. Oh. She's having bad dreams, I think. I hope she's not having too bad dreams. Anyway, Yes, Warcraft is heavily inspired. Yes, Cthulhu as well, and Yogg-Saron. And what's the other one that Garrosh is infected by? Where there's only the heart. I don't know. Yeah, Warcraft 3. I love this one tower defense mod of Warcraft 3 where you had Ronald McDonald in the end. I like when I started my university attendance, so to speak. So when I went to university and I met a friend who was also very keen on Warcraft 3 and we found the mod. We played it a lot. It was very fun. A lot of fun. I really liked Warcraft 3. I was too bad at it though, too young to like.
Known as Sagittarius
I don't know.
the supermassive black hole at the Milky Way's heart. In his work, The Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath, Lovecraft developed this creature. Albert Wilmarth and Walter Gilman are both shocked at the mere mention of Azathoth's name, which
Wow. You know what? I might do that one. I have not read Dream Quest of Kadath. That is the story where I stopped. Like I read all of Lovecraft on a vacation trip because I bought all the collected works. And this story I never read. And I think it's good because I use dreams a lot in my stories as well. And I don't want to like be inspired by him too much. But so I might read that on camera. That might be fun.
Indicating that he is a powerful, malicious influence in the Necronomicon. In Gilman's case, it's the witch Keziah Mason who refers to Azathoth as she pursues his dreams, telling him that he must meet the Black Man and go with them all to Azathoth's throne, at the heart of ultimate chaos. He must sign the book of Azathoth in his own blood and adopt.
Yeah, I think Azathoth is like some of the gods in Lovecraftian lore are very Egyptian. Yeah, Nyarlathotep is really cool. I love Nyarlathotep. He'll probably come up here as well. I hope. Like, I love him. I think I've only read one story with him where he's like this preacher running around. I think that's my only Nyarlathotep story I know. I have to write some Egyptian horror as well. Like, I wrote African horror once, like a story about Africa. But Egypt, like a temple, that might be fun to do. But I would need a good idea.
The fact that he had seen the name
God, what are
Azathoth
you?
in the Necronomicon and knew it stood for a primal horror too horrible to describe kept him from going with her. The Goatswood town people, who perform obscene rites involving atrocities on living victims, are among its many followers. In Azathoth's conical temple, insects have fled the destruction of their home planet of Shagai, bringing the temple with them across the universe and spreading his influence.
Yeah, I've not seen Gravity Falls. I think I've seen like 2 episodes or something. Yes, and I don't know. It's cool, but yeah, I don't know. I would probably write an Egyptian horror story about something undiscovered, like because the Valley of the Kings or whatever it's called, there are many undiscovered things there. So I think she woke up. Did she wake up? No, she's just dreaming. Hope she's dreaming good dreams. Hope she's. It's good that she can't understand English though. 'Cause she can't understand anything, so it's like anyway.
Smith, is he okay? Yes.
Cthulhu. Cthulhu is a fictitious godlike entity created.
Okay, now we go to Cthulhu. Before that, yes, pharaonic curse. You know, that might be a cool thing. I think I have an idea about that as well just now. Pharaonic curse. Yeah, I think I could do a story with that. I think I might. That's a good idea. Like because I would need something I want to discuss psychologically in the story, but I know what it is, I think, so.
Created by H.P. Lovecraft, the 20th century horror writer. This scary cosmic being first appeared in Lovecraft's short story, The Call of Cthulhu, and is characterized as a manifestation of chaos and destruction. This one is obviously the best known out of all of Lovecraft's monsters.
I don't like
Cthulhu
the story
has
though.
The look of a giant humanoid being with arthropodal and cephalopodic characteristics. He, or rather it, has a man's upper body, but its back is covered with tiny webbed wings, and its arms and legs end in clawed digits. Cthulhu's most distinguishing characteristic is its head, which resembles an octopus. The head is largely made up of a big bulbous pulsing sac with multiple writhing tentacles sprouting from where a mouth should be.
Yeah, Cthulhu is very classical, but I don't know. I don't know. I just think the story doesn't make sense, like, not even with suspending disbelief. Yeah, I don't know, Miriam. I would like, my horror stories will always have a twist on something, like I wouldn't do something so. But the setting is good with the curse. I like the setting, so you might name a character in the story you want. Like yeah. Relay. I think it's pronounced relay. Relay. Slumbering city relay. I just hate that Cthulhu can be beaten by a stupid ship. So
Cthulhu
dumb.
can grow
So
to be
dumb.
hundreds of meters tall.
Hundreds of meters tall, and it's beaten by being rammed by a ship, and it just goes away. Like,
And
why?
can
It
change
makes no
its size
sense.
and shape at will,
Like, who would find that
ranging from
scary?
the
It makes
size of
like
a
it
man
does
to
not
the
make
size of a
internal
continent.
sense.
It's capable of generating whatever number of limbs it desires.
Is
Cthulhu
the
is said to
sound
have a
loud enough,
worldwide
by the way,
cult
of the
village based in
video?
Arabia, with followers as far away as Greenland and Louisiana. In China's highlands, there are cult leaders who are supposedly immortal. Some of these cultists describe Cthulhu as a great priest of the great old ones who lived eons before there were any men, and who appeared out of the sky to the newborn world. Cthulhu is a descendant of Yog-Sothoth, who may have been born on Vul in the 23rd nebula. On the planet
really?
Thoth, he mated with Ediar. Gatanathoa, Ithogtha,
There's
Zaltimoth, and
seriously
Kithar are his
an
offspring.
ancestral
He's also
tree,
supposed to
or
have
whatever you
mated
say.
with the being Nyarlathotep, giving birth to Ilithla.
What's... Oh, what's that? Why is Nyarlathotep this? This is not Nyarlathotep. What? Yeah, we could call a character Miriam, and I will not make him like suffer a bad fate. Merit. Yeah, you know what? I will write that down. I will write that down. I have an idea. Yeah, I will. I have a better idea what we will do, but I'll come back to it in the end of the stream. We'll make sure it will be included. There are seriously family trees of the Cthulhu mythos. That's already dumb again. Like that, I'm sorry. That's like, I know they want to like flesh out the lore, but man, it's like an elder god. It's not Zeus who couldn't keep it in his pants, man. What? Okay, so you can shoot Nyarlathotep apparently. Brilliant. With
Nyarlathotep.
ooh,
Nyarlathotep, often known
I
as
love
the
that
Lord of
image of
Chaos,
him.
is an outer god in the Cthulhu mythos. H.P. Lovecraft created him, and he first appeared in the prose poem Nyarlathotep. He is Azathoth's offspring. Nyarlathotep also appears in other Lovecraft stories, as well as in the works of other authors and role-playing games based on the Cthulhu mythos. Nyarlathotep is distinct from the other deities in the mythos in several ways. Most of the outer gods...
Yeah, I think Nyarlathotep is just a troll, isn't he? Every time I hear something, Nyarlathotep is just a troll. It's like, I kind of love most of the elder gods, or whatever they're called as well. It's like, they're pretty funny. He's just trolling people. Can't get better than that. Yeah, it will be a lady. I will make it a lady, yeah.
are exiled to the stars, and most of the great old ones, such as Cthulhu, are asleep and dreaming. Nyarlathotep, on the other hand, is active and frequently wanders the earth in the appearance
he
of
does.
a human being. Generally, a tall, skinny, joyful man. He has 1,000 more forms and manifestations, many of which are said to be horrifying and sanity-destroying.
Of course they
In
are.
the absence of the other outer gods, Nyarlathotep serves many cults and manages their affairs. Most outer gods speak weird alien languages, whereas Nyarlathotep speaks human languages and...
It's such a cool picture. I wonder why they always have this black void as a face. I like that. Yeah. Nyarlathotep is just a troll. He's also a messenger, but he's also a troll. I wanted to say something else about him. What was it? Nyarlathotep. What was it? I forgot. Perhaps I will remember.
may easily pass for a human if he so desires. Nyarlathotep appears to be purposefully deceitful and manipulative, even resorting to propaganda to attain his objectives. He is arguably the most human-like of the outer.
Oh yeah, right, I know. This madness part as well in Lovecraft. It is like a good idea, but it can be fleshed out more, I think. Like he always writes, yeah, and then he turned mad. Full stop. Like, yeah, what does that mean? Like, what did they do? Like, scratch out their eyes or whatever? Like, I don't know.
Gods in this way. Nyarlathotep is the outer god's messenger, heart, and soul, as well as their immemorial figure of the deputy or messenger of hidden and terrifying forces. He is also Azathoth's servant, and he promptly performs his master's fitful demands. Unlike the other outer gods, spreading lunacy is more vital and delightful to Nyarlathotep than death and destruction. Some believe that he will destroy the human race and even the entire planet.
Why would he do that? To troll? Oh god. Oh, Dagon, I think.
Dagon.
Yeah, Dagon.
Dagon is a deity who governs the deep ones.
Do you know the Dagon story? I think it's just called Dagon. It's brilliant. I love it.
Amphibious humanoid race
Love
that
this
lives
story.
in Earth's waters. He first appears in Lovecraft's short story Dagon,
Yeah.
and is heavily referenced throughout the Cthulhu mythos. Although both are
I think
deities,
Innsmouth
they're not
is
fully
also
regarded as the
referencing
great
him a
old ones.
lot.
They're also known as Father Dagon and the consort of Mother Hydra. The esoteric Order of Dagon, an Innsmouth-based hidden cult, worships him. Some deep ones are said to grow to monstrous proportions in their old age. These people gave rise to the Dagon cult, which worships these beasts as deities. They are,
I mean, to be fair, if you're an immortal god thing, why wouldn't you troll?
in reality, entirely bodily individuals whose advanced
Oh, I love Dagon. I don't think the fish stuff in Innsmouth is scary, but the idea of a town changing is very scary.
Dagon is a massive iteration of the Deep One, who has been described in books since antiquity. A devoted
I would have actually loved it more if they encountered Dagon instead of Cthulhu in the Cthulhu story as well. And Cthulhu was still this enigma that like they saw a glimpse of its body in Relay, but then a Dagon came out, and that was the thing with the ship. I think that makes more sense, but
cult of men
don't
and
know.
the Deep Ones venerate him as a divinity. While it appears to be everlasting, its longevity can be traced to its friendship with the Starspawn, who occasionally chooses formidable specimens of a specific species to preserve, care for, and strengthen for reasons known only to them. Don't confuse the Dagon with the Deep Ones, because there are old Dagon-related statues depicting numerous colossal Deep Ones grappling with whales.
yeah.
Great Old One. Note
Okay, great old one. The next horror story that will be out will also be about a village. Like it's not like it doesn't have parallels to Innsmouth really, but it feels a bit like my Innsmouth. It is about a village where stuff starts to get really bad. But it's not that someone from the outside comes in, but someone who lives there like describes something very weird starting, and then like everything turns to hell in the village. And because it's like a village or a small town, it took a long time to set it up and run, and that's why it's so long. I don't know if Cthulhu is a great old one. I thought the great old ones were like it's so weird. The names are so similar to some things, like the elder things as well. It's like, yeah, Miriam. If you want to be afraid of the sea and the oceans and water, like, wait for my story. Like that's very
two Great Old Ones are exactly alike, despite sharing comparable qualities. They are ancient, powerful creatures whose roots lie deep in the past of the cosmos.
I think Cthulhu is the
Most
father
are
of the great
colossal
old ones.
monstrosities formed
though.
from the very fabric of the universe,
Yeah.
and are virtually impossible to destroy. They have minds whose thought processes are incomprehensible to humans. They show little to no regard for the consequences of their actions on lesser beings, and they drive anyone who sees their true form insane. Furthermore, the majority of them have the ability to influence the minds of sentient beings, even when they're asleep or inert.
Of
Initially
course.
thought to be just indifferent to the destinies of those unfortunate enough to be in their company, recent writings have revealed that the majority of them are openly antagonistic to the mortal.
Yeah, I think Yeah, right. This was the outer gods. I think Cthulhu is an outer god, and the great old ones are spawn of Cthulhu.
Population of the
I'm not so
cosmos.
good with
In
the
general,
family
great
tree,
old ones
as
are
I
restricted
said.
to the globe they inhabit, although a handful are capable of extending their reach across the gulf of space to worlds orbiting other stars.
No problem, perfect idiot. No problem.
Can occasionally be of use in this situation.
Hope you get the dishes
Many
clean
people
quickly.
believe that the Great Old Ones have individual affinity to the elements of earth, air, fire, and water. Many of the Great Old Ones are revered as gods by mortal cults, both human and non-human. A Great Old One can use these cults in a variety of ways. Some are dedicated to spreading the Great Old One's
cults
power.
as well.
Others want to
I also think that's very sad that, or not sad, it's again, like the idea of cults that Lovecraft uses is a very good idea, but it's not fleshed out completely. Like the best fleshed out cult, I think, is the one in Innsmouth and the one in Cthulhu. Like they are okayish, but you don't get the sense that there's really a cult there because it's just reported. Like in Innsmouth, you get it, but in the Cthulhu story, it's just like this report of them finding them on a clearing.
While yet others simply hope to see their master released from their chains.
So where are we now? Oh god, what's that? That looks weird. Oh.
Yog-Sothoth. Yog-Sothoth
It was Yog-Sothoth. What?
is a cosmic being as well as an outer god. He's the ancestor of Cthulhu, Hastur, the Unspeakable, and the Vormi, having been born of the Nameless Mist. He is also
Nameless
Will
Mist,
Wayne's
okay.
father. Yog-Sothoth, like many Lovecraftian gods, appears in a variety of stories from the Cthulhu mythos. It first appeared in the case of Charles Dexter Warrow, written by Lovecraft. However, it appears that Yog-Sothoth reveals itself visually as a mass of glowing spheres, with eyeballs or tendrils in some versions and just spheres in others.
I think the spheres version is a lot cooler. Spheres are like, because they're geometric shapes, they can be very scary, and just some eyes are like, yes, predatory senses, blah blah blah, but I don't know. Personally, I think spheres are a lot scarier. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
It's highly hinted, if not explicably stated, that Yog-Sothoth is omniscient and trapped outside of the cosmos, which means he can know and see all of space-time at the same time, implying that nothing escapes him. Yog-Sothoth was reported to have been summoned in one case involving the city of Dunwich for the purpose of impregnating a human lady, who
That also, like, why? Why would it care? Why would it care for a random city?
then gave birth
I don't know.
to
These
partially
things are the
human
weaknesses,
children.
I think, in the
The
writing.
conjurer was the Whately
I
family's
don't know.
husband and father,
But like, it's completely okay because he was the first one to do it.
standing
So,
at
but
will in a stone circle with the Necronomicon to summon Yog-Sothoth from above. It's said that Yog-Sothoth is familiar with the gate. The gate is Yog-Sothoth, and Yog-Sothoth is the gate's key and keeper. In Yog-Sothoth, the past, present, and future are all intertwined. He knows
yes, I think you're onto something there, Miriam. I think that's a good point. He probably took that idea, like he wanted. Perhaps that was how he started. I don't know if he was religious or like he knew about that, but might have been that he read about the angels and like tried to figure out what that was and was like, yeah, there are chaos things out there we don't understand. That's what really happens, you know?
knows where the Old Ones broke through in the past, and where they will break through in the future. He knows where they have trodden the Earth's fields, where they are treading now, and why no one else can see them as they tread.
Yeah, it works perfectly. I know it works that he just it's so it makes it more funny than scary.
Nightgaunt. This one is
Oh, I've
quite
never heard of
horrifying
that.
because of its grotesque appearance. Nightgaunts are a
Is
type
it a
of
Draktar?
land creature that inhabit Earth's dreamlands and play an important role in the Dream Cycle series. They have smooth,
Dreams
whale-like
again.
skin, long, slender humanoid bodies, curved horns on their heads.
Oh, are they the
leather
ones
bat-like
from
wings, and a
Erich-san?
blank expanse of flesh where a face should be. They see Nodens as their lord and master and revere and worship him. Nightgaunts have a fascinating backstory, as they are based on creatures that appeared frequently in Lovecraft's nightmares as a boy. They are described by
Ooh, nice. I like that. Yeah, I think probably every horror author takes their dreams and puts them into stories first, I think. So
Lovecraft as frightening and uncouth black beings with smooth, oily whale-like surfaces, nasty horns that bent inward toward each other, bat wings that made no sound, horrible prehensile paws, and barbed
Yeah, they are
teeth
pretty
that
cool.
needlessly and unsettlingly.
Pretty cool.
In his dreams, they were more tarrying than anything he had seen or known because they never spoke, laughed, or smiled, having no faces to grin with.
Yeah, no faces. That as well sounds a bit like
They only
Night
ever
Terrors
looked,
as
flew,
well.
and tickled. These ones are definitely nightmare fuel.
These ones, all of this is nightmare fuel.
Outer
What?
God. All
Oh.
outer gods are unique, but they all share some basic characteristics. They are enormously powerful entities that have existed for untold millennia. They have thought processes and personal
Oh,
goals that
great.
are completely incomprehensible
That
to
looks
mortal
weird.
minds. And they have physical forms that are enough to drive a man insane. Furthermore, due to their long struggle with the Elder Gods, most are currently imprisoned in some remote region or completely locked out of our plane of existence,
Okay, so we've got bubble universes here. Brilliant.
despite the fact that they are able to exercise some impact through their enormous psychic skills. While the Outer Gods' objectives are unknown to us, the vast bulk of these celestial beings are inimically opposed to all other life.
Reminds me
As
of
a result
Astel
mentality,
as well.
Other races often see the Outer Gods as bad. Azathoth, the blind idiot god, rules over the Outer Gods and is thought to sit at the center of the universe. Yog-Sothoth, his co-ruler, appears by his side, and the two are surrounded by a crowd of their followers who dance for them to the music of a demonic flute. The power of the Elder God's star stones makes the Outer Gods vulnerable, albeit the nature of this weakness has never been revealed.
That's so weird. Why would you give your monster a weakness? I don't like that. I think it's an American thing as well a bit. That you give your horror monsters this weakness so that the hero can in the end like use that. And then in the end, oh no, cliffhanger, it's not worked.
These artifacts are used
I
to
don't
define
like that
those who are
trope.
imprisoned. The Outer Gods' origins are shrouded in obscurity. Some believe they have existed from the beginning of time, while others believe that they were unleashed by some ancient creature of immense evil. And still, others believe that they originated countless millennia ago in a distant galaxy. Deep
Okay.
One. Deep ones are humanoid in form and are predominantly aquatic in nature.
Yeah, that might be yeah. I can see that would be very terrible. Yeah. I don't know though. One of my stories is about someone taking certain substances, and they actually save that person from going mad because he sees something that other people would like really go mad, and that's like what saves him, because he hallucinates something that is not as terrible as what's
Whether they may
there.
survive on
So
land indefinitely. They lack hair, have scaly fish-like skin.
that looks so derpy. What is that? What is that thing? It looks so stupidly derpy. What is that? It looks like a frog, but a frog that's a little bit. Anyway.
Torsos and webbed hands and feet that let them navigate beneath the waters. Their heads are supposed to resemble those of frogs or fish, and they have huge, unblinking eyes that provide them with great vision in the ocean's depths. Deep ones are functionally immortal, meaning they will never die unless they are subjected to violence or an accident. Furthermore, for unexplained reasons, certain deep ones will continue to expand over the course of their lives.
Great.
and
Hope the
become
dishwashing
truly
went
monstrous
well.
beings. While some unsubstantiated
Can be
tales
very,
claim that the deep ones
annoying.
arrived on Earth many years ago from a distant star system, what is known is that they have resided on this planet as a species with advanced technology since long before mankind learnt to walk upright.
You because we speak about substances. Do you wanna? Oh yeah. You plug your ears. You don't listen to what we say. Anyway, so there's there is a substance. It's called psychopsybalin, and if you take it, you get hallucinations that will change your life, and they're not good ones. So they basically make you face like something very horrifying, and you have to stand there and go to it, and then you will like have salvation or something. And that's actually empirically proven. So it's not like some weird myth stuff. So yeah. Hi, Wild Winged Devil. So good to have you here. I hope you have a great Halloween. And yes, thanks. Yeah, the Event Horizon videos was so much fun. Like Event Horizon, I thought I watched it. I didn't. I must have watched Pandorum. I was so sure, but I probably mixed together some Sam Neill movies because I've seen Mother of Madness or whatever it's said. So yeah, but Event Horizon was very, very good. Very, very good.
Bright and use tools. Little is known about the Deep One's social practices, though their cities have been remarked to have a certain grandeur that some have compared them to the edifices created by the Roman Empire in ages past. Deep Ones, as marine animals, prefer to construct their cities on the ocean
They look
floor,
all so
away from the
derpy.
prying eyes of land-dwelling species. They
But
have
if
also
you're
been
afraid
known
of
to
fish,
breed
they're
show
probably
offs for
very.
construction purposes.
Oh yeah, like this is like take again a Junji Ito. Yo is worse than this. But I guess he was inspired by that.
If critters and
Okay,
insects
what
give
is
you
that?
creeps, then this one is definitely
Never
not
heard
for
of
you.
it. Rent a goth.
Rantagoth is an
Rent a goth? Why would you rent a goth?
insectoid
I mean, if you want
one
to,
of the great
you're
old
into
ones who
that.
resembles a 15-foot jellyfish and is
What is that? It looks like the Gromflomites from Rick and Morty. What the frick?
important to the return of the great old ones. He lived in Yugoth's
Oh
warm
my
oceans
god.
until arriving on Earth 3 million years ago, during the Pliocene, where he inhabited an area of Alaska before going into a trance-like sleep. Rantagoth was the last of the great old ones to sleep, and he should be the first to
Yeah,
wake
like
up.
Fizz.
His body
Yeah.
was discovered by George Rogers and moved
Look
to
at
New
it,
Zealand
it's so
in
dumb.
1926. It was then lost until it was discovered in Sheffield, UK in the 1980s.
Yeah, like deep ocean is very scary. Yeah, if you're all interested in deep ocean horror, my new horror story is about a sea travel a bit. Yeah. Hi Billy. Yeah, we're doing reaction to some Lovecraft lore and talk about horror writing and having some fun on Halloween Day because yeah, I plan to do the live stream and I plan to do it after the children went to sleep and they didn't go to sleep, so one of my daughters is now here. So she's sleeping now. Like she needs people with her, some to go to sleep. So, but she's smiling. She's smiling at all of you. So yeah, yeah. Whales. Yeah, I think something washed to the shore is also pretty weird. Like in my new horror story, there will be a part where someone who goes to sea, so they get into a storm and suddenly there's this invisible wall, so to speak, to the eye of the storm, but the eye of the storm is weird and different, and there's like the ocean and something's in the ocean there. That's I don't know. It's yeah, Halloween education.
80s, and then in America
That also
in the
looks so
1990s
dumb. What is
by
that?
pre-human cannibal Nofkas. Few
I would like to draw like this though. Like I want one day, and I like when I have the money, I will bring out or like publish my horror stories like in a book, and I hope someone will be there that will do drawings like these for every story because I love paintings like this. I just love them. They're so weird, almost like real biology, like these
humans are
old
horrific
biological
today.
sketches.
The
Love it.
god is shaped like a giant bug with a massive barrel-shaped trunk, 6
And this
limbs of
is
finishing
disgusting,
claw-like
actually.
pincers, and an almost spherical head covered in hair-like filaments or antennae, a nose that is tentacle-shaped, and 3 small protruding eyes. This monster first appeared in H.P. Lovecraft's The Horror in the Museum. Do you feel something crawling on your skin? Yeek. First, we had an
Yeek.
insect god, and now we have a snake god.
Of course,
Yeek, also
snakes.
known as the snake god or the father of serpents, is a great old one from H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos.
You know what I just realized? Lovecraft does the same thing I do as well, and others horror writers do. Like they take these like hardwired fears. I talked a bit about that in the Esnod video, by the way. That they're like these primal fears, like you see something, you just react, you're just afraid, you can't do anything. And snakes are one, insects are one, like these creatures here, like they are basically these concepts encapsulated in monsters already. So very, very cool. Oh no, Billy, I hope you will get some Haribo. You will have some left. There were 2 people here at the door. Like in Germany, Halloween is unfortunately not that big of a thing. I love it. Like for me, it's the best holiday. But there were 2 people who got candy from me, so I don't know. Yeah, writing and art, that's so cool. I love it as well. I would love to be better to draw. Like I would love to draw better stuff. I can't draw, but yeah. It's not everyone, White Winged, not everyone has it. Like with snakes, not everyone has it, but there are other things, like eyes staring at you. Like, I don't know.
Yeeg is a deity of snakes and serpents
Yeek.
all across the world, manifesting as a huge snake with human arms, or sometimes as a reptile humanoid figure. He has a strong attachment to his children, and he awakens
that's
every
nice.
fall
What a
to
nice
punish
dude.
those who injure them. He
Of course.
accomplishes this by either transforming them into serpents or
It also looks so dumb.
serpent-like reptiles,
Oh.
or by sending other snakes to kill them while they sleep. There are many
Very
stories
mean.
of Yeeg exacting revenge on humans who harm or kill snakes by making them hallucinate and kill their own loved ones as repentance. Yeeg and his then mate Kotlaku once governed the Red Cavern of Yoth, beneath the subterranean continent of
I'm currently just hearing weird sounds.
Kunyan. There, the two were worshipped as
Yeah,
gods
mangaka are
as
like,
dwellers of Yoth.
if there's
This
a
arrangement came
like good mangaka are probably the best storytellers currently in the world.
to an end when the Serpentmen switched their
Like
worship to
Kubo and
Serpent
Junji Ito are
and the
probably my
great
favorite
Yeeg
storytellers
person.
of all time.
Yeeg is also supposed to be the deity behind the traditions of Kukulkan and Quetzalcoatl, which are revered
She's
by
just
local tribes
spouting
in
nonsense
Central
words
and South
currently.
America.
I'm sorry.
Yeeg is also
It's
easy
probably a
to
lot of
manage,
lore
and
behind
he's
that.
simple to please as long as no harm is done to his children.
I also hope, by the way, that we get a lot more anime in the West now that the West is, at least in my mind, they are getting creatively bankrupt completely. Like Hollywood's like dead already, and I hope they take some of those ideas. And yeah. Yeah, I've got a very good friend. Actually, my first subscriber. He was the first one. Like he watched my videos back when I just did some stupid horror reactions to random horror videos. And like he is a brilliant artist. Like he does some very good pencil work, and I always was like, oh man, I would love to do that. But yeah. Yeah, Kubo's genius. Like I think Kubo is one of the few geniuses of our time. Yeah, and manga editors are important, but the thing I would also say is they sometimes are detrimental. Like I think in Bleach they were in some parts detrimental. Yeah, it's Eisen wrote it. Yeah.
A Native American ethnologist
Kubo's
undertook
Eisen confirmed.
significant research on the snake tradition from Guatemala to Oklahoma in the early 1920s. Yeek, he said, was the sinister counterpart to the more benevolent Quetzalcoatl and Kukulkan. This creature first appeared in Zelia Bishop and H.P. Lovecraft's 1929 novel, The Curse of Yeek.
Oh, I
Migo.
didn't know that Lovecraft did collaborations. That's actually pretty cool.
The
Oh,
Migo
Migo. That's the one. This is the scariest one for me.
are a
Because there's a
species of
science horror in
aliens
it.
from the planet Yugoth. They are described as flying monsters with enormous claws and antennae covering their heads. The Migo
Oh, I didn't know that Sasuke was an addition. I like Naruto a lot, but I'm pretty sure the ending was F by an editor.
are a scientifically and technologically
Like
advanced
random
breed
Kaguya was so
with an
stupid, I
in-depth
hated it.
understanding of surgical methods.
Look at it. I hate Migo. It's so weird. And they're like these scientists from, I think, the 9th planet. I think they're from Pluto.
And neurobiology. Migo are pink fungoid crustaceans with a convoluted ellipsoid composed of pyramidal
Yeah, Byakuya's death should have happened.
fleshy rings,
Should have
covered
happened.
with antennae where a head would normally be.
I remember the day that chapter came out when Hashwal said it seems that Byakuya Kuchiki has died. Like the forums went apeshit. And I was like so sad, but I thought it was right. There was this feeling inside me, it was right.
They're around 1.5 meters long and have several limbs joined in pairs on their crustacean-like bodies.
Okay, last thing I think about editors before we get into Migo more. If it's a good editor, like I have done a lot of editing on scientific works. You know, like people call me up and are like, here's my paper, can you read it? Can you find, like, please criticize it, you know? And what I do is mostly I ask the people questions to think about. So they like, what did you mean by this? Like, why did you put this in? Like, I never say do this, but oh, Sandy, so vielen Dank, dir auch, vielen Dank. Yeah, thank you so much for the donation. It's much appreciated. I will buy my daughter one diaper, or 10. We calculated today that diaper is 22 cents in Germany, and they use a lot. So thanks, Sandy, so much. Yeah, Miguel, but yeah. So I don't know. I think a good editor should ask questions, and if the author can answer the questions, that should not be changed. And if the author's like, yeah, I haven't thought about it, I could think about that more, because writing is basically thinking, and then it can be improved. I don't know, but that's how I edit. But yeah, I think my horror stories also suffer a bit from not having an editor sometimes. Like, especially the first ones, because the first ones, there are some very tropey things in there, and the characters are not that good. So I think I would have liked, yeah. Yeah, Migo are basically like everyone who's not read The Whisper in the Darkness. That's my favorite horror story of Lovecraft. And yeah, I will definitely now, because I got the idea, I will do live reads of horror stories by Lovecraft, coming probably November or something. And we will discuss it more in depth, because this story is horrifying AF, and also like sci-fi horror, and this story, Whisper in Darkness, is far ahead of its time. Same way the Shoggoth are. It's brilliant stuff. Oh, it's more in your country. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, diapers though are like, yeah.
Membranous wings that they utilize to fly through the ether of space. The wings don't work effectively on Earth. Some other races in Lovecraft's narrative have wings like this one, implying that this is a common form of interplanetary travel. The Migo are fundamentally alien to earthly existence.
And their design is so good. They're so weird.
Are made of a type of stuff that doesn't normally arise on Earth. Surprisingly, they don't appear in photographs because the material from which they are constructed reflects light differently. They are, nevertheless, described as fungal in terms of biology, despite the fact that their exterior is extremely similar to that of a crab.
Yeah, Migo are the most genius creation Lovecraft made, I think. Like, there's so much horror potential he created there.
The color of their heads, but they can also speak human language. They may also modify their bodies so that they can speak. When they talk, though, a hum can be heard, and their voice sounds really frightening.
Yeah, so basically, he doesn't say it here, but it's shown a bit in the picture that's just fainting, I'm sorry. Like, they can take your brain, like, cut it out of your body, you're still alive, they put it in a jar, and then they can, if they want, like, connect that to speakers, and then you can still speak, but you're, like, trapped in this jar forever. And they travel with you through space, through eons, and you can't just do anything, it's just, you're just a brain in a jar. So horrifying, these assholes. Hate them so much. So much. Yeah, like, diapers are very expensive. So I hope Sandy as well I hope you have a great Halloween. I hope there were more people at your house than at mine. Just two girls. They were not, like, dressed up. When my children are older, I hope we will dress up. We also made plans. We will, like, my wife and me will be salt and pepper, and they will be ketchup and mustard. That's our plan. We want those Halloween costumes down the line. Yeah, that's the point, White Winged Devil. It's so eerie. And actually, there's a scene. We will discuss it perhaps, but we will read it, I think. It's a good idea to read it, because it's also not copyrighted, so we will just read it. And we will see how horrifying that concept can be, and he made it horrifying. Elder things are so cool. Like, they are just bad luck, Brian's.
Witch House and the Shadow Out of Time contain additional
Ooh.
references to the Old Ones.
Great
The
race
Elder
of
Things
Yith.
were the first alien species to arrive on Earth, occupying it approximately 1 billion years ago. They were around 6 feet tall and resembled a giant oval-shaped barrel with starfish-like
Also such
appendages
an
at both ends.
interesting
They
design.
had 5 eyes, 5 eating tubes, and prismatic cilia for seeing in the dark. The lower appendage had 5 limbs.
The Elder Things are as well, like the writing he does in that story is brilliant because he lets biologists discover a corpse of them in the Arctic, and the biologists describe them, and they describe them in so much detail, like but it isn't weird because they're like that's their thing. So the description she just gave is like very, very well done in the book, and it's so realistic.
Aliens
It's such a
also
great
had 5
design.
sets of tentacles and 5 leathery retractable wings. The Elder Things' bodies were extremely strong, able to survive the pressures
Yeah,
of
look at that. It
the
looks
ocean
so
and
weird. I
the
love
harsh
them.
vacuum of space. The Elder Things established massive cities on Earth, both
Aw.
underwater and on dry land.
Full
They
English
played a
breakfast is
pivotal role
also
in
very
the first
cool.
living
Who was
forms on
bacon?
Earth,
I would be
such as the
bacon. I love
creature
bacon.
known as Ubo-Sathler. They genetically modified the deadly Shoggoths to serve as their all-purpose slave race. However, the Shoggoths eventually rebelled, hastening the deterioration and the eventual demise of their civilization.
Why is there
They
a picture of the Great Race of Yith here?
are known to have fought Cthulhu, the great race of Yith, and the Migo. Despite these fights, it was the
Oh, happy
planet's
birthday,
steady
Sandy,
fruit and
then.
ice
So happy
age
birthday
that
to
sealed their
Sandy.
fate. They would have no more dealings
That's
with the outside
I hope
world, retreating to their
I hope
deep-sea
I,
cities.
I hope you had a great football game, and I hope your team won. And yeah, I don't know who played. I don't even know who played. Was it someone that I should know? Like I'm a football idiot, but I don't know anything. Like a friend of mine once like dragged me to a match, and I didn't even know who to root for. Like I almost like was for the other side, and I was next to the hooligans. It's pretty dangerous actually. So. Anyway, that's football and me.
This one is not a monster, but the
Yeah, it's not a
origin of
monster,
most
so why are you
well-known
telling me
Lovecraftian
about that?
creation, Cthulhu.
Oh, so the
reason
dad
why
was
this
the
one is on our
bacon.
list
That's
is
good.
because it's tough for mortals to gaze upon this structure, and we'll tell you
No,
why.
she's still sleeping.
Cthulhu's former home and current prison
So
is
stupid. She was
Elliot,
crying like
the
for
most
an hour, and now
powerful
she's
of the
sleeping.
great old ones. It's frequently mentioned but never seen in H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos.
Yeah, Sandy, I hope you had great gifts. I don't know, relay is like once a scene. I think it's implied that the isle they're on in Cthulhu are is relay, isn't it?
Earlier, a half-submerged fortress city in the middle of the South Pacific.
I mean, yeah,
is
it's
covered in
sunken, but
Cyclopean stonework that mortals
Cyclopean stonework, yeah, yeah.
find unpleasant to gaze at. This could be owing
Always
to
clean your
early
room.
nature,
That's
as
very
it's
good.
suspected of
It's good
existing
advice.
on not only our dimension, but on numerous planes at the same time, many of which do not comply to the laws of physics as we know them. Earlier, formerly the powerful Cthulhu's palace, became the creature's prison, after the Great Old Ones were defeated in their struggle against the Elder Gods. He's remained in prison there since then, sleeping the sleep of the dead, in the hope that one day his disciples would be able to release him. While mortals have visited Earlier throughout the ages, the only recorded instance of its existence comes from one Francis Wayland Thurston, who led an expedition to
Yeah.
the island. The expedition was a failure, and all subsequent attempts to locate Earlier failed.
So basically, in the story, if you don't know, there was an earthquake, and relay was surfaced, and then in the end there was another one. It like went down again. Ah, Kaiserslautern. Ah, yeah. I think my neighbors have Kaiserslautern flags on their wall. So I don't know. I don't know what fan I was. Like I was a Münster fan, but they're like third league. Oh, I hope they didn't get you then in Köln. Hope you made it home safe.
Implying that it had either been relocated or sunk beneath the waves to avoid detection. Nodens. Nodens,
What?
also known as the Lord of the Great Abyss, is a heavenly being who appears in H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos.
Yeah. Tomb of Sargeras is a relay. Yes. I think there is. I don't remember. I just played the new expansion Dragonflight for a short time. But there's also a quest where you go back in time where you fight the old gods, I think, and they're also in this city. So, yeah.
One of the elder gods. Nodens appears as an ancient but powerful human male with a flowing white beard and hair. He's generally seen at the helm of his huge
Oh, he's
wooden
Zeus?
chariot, a device made from a colossal seashell and drawn by monsters from
Or
Earth's
Poseidon.
legendary past. Nodens enjoys hunting the servants of the Great Old Ones and the outer god Nyarlathotep. Not
Oh,
because he wants
great.
to do good, but because these beings provide the best fun. He's
Okay, so he's a fun A-bag as well. I've never heard of him though. He looks a bit like Poseidon Zeus crossover. Good brewery, yeah. Good brewery is worth a lot, yeah. Yeah, he's got some strong beard game. Come on, this is just Poseidon.
To assist these lesser beings on occasion, especially if doing so would hinder plans and cause irritation.
Yeah, he's like basically all Greek mythology. Do you want Greek mythology? Yes.
Interestingly, the notion of Nodens, as well as his name, are derived from an old Celtic deity who was also a hunter's god.
Ooh, Celtic, okay.
As humans, we
What? Big Niflin.
fear the unknown.
It's so funny because in English you would also say, I always say, but it's t, I think. I don't think they do a th, don't they? Because it sounds like tune. I don't know.
Also known as the soul-chilling ice god, is a great old one, and the twin brother of the Rutradiel in H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. Almost nothing is known about Benuthan, though it has been described as a giant humanoid creature with blue-tinged skin made of ice. Wherever it goes, a terrible, unearthly storm follows, earning Benuthan its moniker. We can only imagine the godly power.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You don't like that sound?
The little information that we do have makes Benuthan seem formidable. And its ability to control the weather is
she doesn't like that sound.
Bokrag, the great
Bokrag, oh god, now you're just pulling stuff out of your behind.
According to legend, during the celebrations of the 1000th anniversary of the fall of Ib, a peculiar darkness began to descend from the moon, while a green fog rose up from the lake's surface to meet it. The men of Sarnath began to flee their city after seeing creatures that resembled the Thunar that devastated their civilization. When the other men mustered the bravery to hunt out Sarnath many years later,
they look derpy as well.
Discovered nothing. All that remained was an old weed-encrusted statue. Out of dread, these men returned the statue to their own city and began to worship Bokrag. H.P. Lovecraft's The Doom That Came to Sarnath included the first and only appearance of Bokrag. Bokrag is the lake-dwelling god of the semi-amphibious Thunhar, also known as the Voiceless Ones of Ib Imnar. The god rests beneath the placid waters of a lake that separates Ib from the city of Sarnath.
Ib. I've heard that, but I don't remember it, unfortunately. I think I read the story, but yeah. Charles Stross Laundry File? No, I've not read that, actually. I might check it out, because I will do more reading in the future.
The mighty deity roused when the humans of Sarnath murdered the people of Ib and took the god's idol. Each year following that, unusual waves were said to disrupt the normally peaceful lake until the Voiceless Ones reclaimed it.
Oh yeah, I faintly remember that with the lake and the weird people.
Bokrag is a great old one as well. Formless Spawn. The Formless Spawn are entities from the Cthulhu mythos. The Formless Spawn's origins are unknown. However, they
look a bit like Shah as well.
Species in At the Mountains of Madness, possibly travelling to this world with their master. Another tale claims they were conceived by the Great Old One's Stafflaclub. However, which version is correct is unknown. Formless Spawn are found in the service of Sathogua.
Sathogua, I think I know that name as well. Yeah, I think the Miriam, the architecture he uses is mostly meshed together normal architecture from ancient times, I think.
The Great Old One's temples, waiting for anybody who comes to
desecrate that looks cool.
Vile places.
And big.
Spawns are polymorphic beings, formed of black ichor that resemble amorphous ooze. They are exceedingly tough and difficult to dispatch. Like Shoggoths, they
really look like Shah.
Forms and shape appendages to fit their purposes in order to carry out their master's orders and assault their prey in practically any way imaginable. They are incredibly flexible and plastic and can enter a room via even the smallest of cracks. They attack by stomping, biting, or crushing
Oh,
their
that
prey
game.
with
That
their
was so
grabs.
stupid,
The
that
entry of
game.
formless spawn in the Call of
I
Cthulhu
played that, I
role-playing
was so
game also
dumb.
indicates that they're strongly acidic and may disintegrate human flesh with just a mild touch. They are
Yeah,
truly
Nurgle
horrifying
vibes.
to look
Yeah,
at,
you're
and
right.
they're
Nurgle
not creatures in the
vibes.
first place.
Big thing.
Rather looking like a malevolent shadow that will kill you.
Great.
Dimensional Shambler.
Oh, just wants hugs. Like the thing in The Oldest View. By the way, I don't know if you've seen my reaction to The Oldest View, but I'm not pretty sure certain that the weird wheelie monster was just wanted him to get out and was actually kind.
Dimensional Shamblers, also known as the Hunters from Beyond, are a species of alien beings who originate on a plane very different from our own. They first appear in H.P. Lovecraft's
God.
Cthulhu mythos. Shamblers are hunched humanoid monstrosities with leathery grey skin, yellow slit-like eyes, and long fangs. They typically
Oh, that sounds fun, Billy. I might check it out,
their
yeah.
own long
That
arms
sounds
dragging
cool.
across the ground, capped with a
No,
pair
it's
of
not.
gigantic
No, it's not the game where you can throw a bus at Cthulhu. What? Why would that be a game? I just remember the one where you shot a Dagon with a like giant missile turret.
pointed claws. Although they look corporeal, their dimension-hopping nature means that they have no actual physical form on Earth,
Interesting.
which makes defeating a shambler using traditional techniques extremely difficult, if not impossible.
Nurgle is
Shamblers
also
come
very
from a dimension below
Lovecraftian.
us, depicted as a long, murky, oozing plain beneath the heavens, where the vapors of hell writhe like a million ghostly deformed dragons.
I mean, like, if you want to connect this to Warhammer lore, like Lovecraftian dreams are like premonitions of chaos.
Shamblers can move between planes
So-
of reality in the spur of a moment, but how they choose their location is unknown. It is known, however, that certain arcane rituals may be utilized to summon one and tie it to the summoner's will. Once manifested, Shamblers will choose or be assigned a victim to pursue, performing short teleporting dimensional hops to close the space between them, while appearing to grasp their prey. Although they appear to grasp their victim, they actually use a type of mental control to entangle them, which can
Okay.
be resisted by those with a strong will.
Oh, too bad. I hate things that can be resisted in horror. I don't know, someone throwing a bus at Cthulhu is like that sounds really random and stupid, but also so stupid that I kind of want to play that. Yes. So
Whatever you
I
do,
don't know.
avoid getting entangled in their psychic web. Dreamlands. This is the second place featured on our list.
Ooh, the
because of how
Dreamlands.
unfathomable it is to regular humans. The Dreamlands, a huge continent with its own other dimension, serves as the backdrop for many of the stories in H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. The Dreamlands,
Really?
created from and sustained by
I know
various
nothing
other
about
dreams,
them.
have a topography as diverse as that of Earth. In fact, anything that can be dreamed of by men can be willed into existence here. It can, however, be broadly divided into 6 components. The rugged north, which includes the Leng Plateau. The
Okay.
east is home to Celephus, the Great City. The Great Southern Sea dominates the south, which is home to the island city of...
You know, I don't really like this. Like the idea of the dreams being this structured. Like for horror. Like I like the idea in general, like this world of dream. And I still am planning my very, very big fantasy novel about something like this. Like I like the idea, it's perfect. But for horror, having structure in dreams is a bit too,
Orion.
I don't know.
Another desert, but also the city of Ulthar lies to the west. Fifthly, there's the moon, which is hollow and home to a bizarre race called the Moon Beasts.
Okay.
The underworld is
They
a
look
monster
cute.
infested environment. While there are far too many Dreamlanders to name, it should be noted that
Why is there a tank shooting at that thing?
the
Whatever.
vast majority of them appear to be human. Indeed, many mortals have opted to dwell in the Dreamlands, abandoning all ties to the waking world in search of a better life. The Dreamlands are also home to a great variety of unusual and frequently hostile beings,
Dreamlands actually sound like a good place here.
though it should be noted that despite their capacity to shift between realities on the fly, the Great Old Ones and the Outer Gods have found it incredibly difficult to obtain admission into this realm.
But isn't Azathoth the one who created it? Wouldn't he be?
Shub-Niggurath.
The goat with 1,000 youngs.
Ruth, also known as the Black Goat of the Woods with 1,000 young,
Yeah.
is a deity in H.P. Lovecraft's
That's
Cthulhu
so
mythos.
random.
The entity is often referred to as the Black Ram of the Forest with 1,000 ewes.
That is so dumb. I remember this one. I think there was a mountain story where this came up, and it was just a random sentence. Shub-Niggurath, the goat with 1,000 young, and I was like, that sounds so stupid. I have not read Vile Spawn, actually.
Adding
I think there's a good movie
gender
about
to
it.
what is commonly regarded to be a feminine entity. Shub-Niggurath is named for the first time in Lovecraft's revised story The Last Test. She is never described in Lovecraft's literature, but is
Yeah, probably will get demonetized. I don't know. I didn't know that Call of Cthulhu is a Metallica song.
frequently
It's
mentioned
pretty
or
cool.
invoked in incantations. Other mythos authors such as August Derleth, Robert Bloch, and Ramsey Campbell were responsible for the majority of her development.
Anyway,
as a
this
literary
video was not
personality.
about to get monetized anyway,
Shub-Niggurath is
so
classed
I
as a
think.
great old one
Oh,
by August Derleth, although she is classified as an outer
yeah,
great
she
in the
doesn't
core
know.
Cthulhu
She doesn't
role-playing
like him
game.
any
In
either.
turn, the Cthulhu Tech role-playing game has returned to Derleth's designation of Shub-Niggurath as a great old one. She is a perverted fertility deity
That looks so
that
stupid.
appears as a massive hazy mass with black tentacles, slime-dripping mouths, and short, writhing goat legs.
Of course
Small
it does.
creatures are spat forth either to be reabsorbed into the miasmatic form or to flee to some other horrific
No,
life.
you're having nightmares.
Spider of
Mm.
Leng.
The spider fling. I think I've heard that. Again, this primal fear of spiders.
The
I
spiders
like
of
that
Leng,
theme. I
sometimes
never
known as
realized
the
that.
Leng
It's
spiders,
cool.
are creatures from H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. Look away if you're afraid of spiders, because this will definitely trigger your arachnophobia.
Yeah.
They are purple arachnids that resemble earthly spiders, but on a far bigger scale. The smallest spiders of Leng are the size of a Shetland pony, while larger specimens tower over an elephant.
That looks
Really queasy
also
yet? They
a
have
bit
significantly more
questionable.
intellect than conventional creatures, yet they are not immune to cannibalization by other Leng spiders. While they can spin webs to paralyze their victims, they also have a powerful poisonous bite and the ability to climb sheer surfaces, just like their waking world counterparts. Ages ago, the spiders ruled the entire plateau of Leng in the Dreamlands, until defeat in a long conflict with the men of Leng forced.
Oh, I've not watched Overlord either. I've heard good stuff about it from a friend of mine. Yeah, arachnophobia. I need to create an arachnid monster in my horrorverse as well. But I just don't find spiders scary, so it's hard for me to do
them
that.
to forsake much of their homeland and withdraw to the strange lands of the mountains and valleys. They still live there, ready to prey on any creature foolish or unwary enough to
Oh, what?
wander
That looks so derpy as well. Looks so derpy. Are you getting hungry?
into their realm. Hydra or Mother Hydra. Mother Hydra is a massive humanoid entity with a fish-like face, flapping gills, and Piscean skin that is said to resemble a colossal deep one. She, Father Dagon, and the Great Cthulhu form the holy trinity of the Deep Ones. The three creatures are venerated as gods by the aquatic race. There is great controversy over whether Mother Hydra
I actually don't know how long she will stay asleep now, because I think she's getting hungry. Let's see anyway.
is a great old one,
I
or
will
simply
observe
a
her.
hugely expanded deep one, given that some deep ones continue to grow as they age.
Yeah, the
It doesn't
Nerubians,
make her
definitely,
any
yeah.
less terrifying, actually. In fact, it should be noted that Cthulhu has entrusted Hydra and her partner Dagon with the supervision of his daughter Cthulhu. This is a duty they
Yeah, a bit off topic as well. I like the isekai genre, but I've only seen Sword Art Online as I've seen that, but Overlord I haven't seen that. There were many of these MMO, anime. I like them. I like the
carry
idea;
out
it's
the New
fun.
North Atlantic,
But they
and one of
were
the deep
all
ones vast
quite
and
samey,
unseen.
unfortunately,
During Project
as
X in
far
March
as I've heard.
1980, Mother Hydra was one of the Wilmarth Foundation's objectives. The plan was eventually unsuccessful, and she, Father Dagon, and Cthulhu were able to escape the partial devastation of the Deep One city outside Innsmouth Harbour. She continues to watch over Cthulhu and protect her.
And it looks so. That sounds a bit weird, I have to say. Like some of these monsters sound weird. I've never heard of them, and it's weird.
Dunwich Horror. The Dunwich
Oh, yeah.
Horror, real name Yog Whately, is a creature from H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. The Dunwich Horror first appeared in the short story of the same name, which is widely regarded as one of Lovecraft's foundational works. Although normally invisible to the naked sight, the Dunwich Horror might be made visible by using an arcane powder, whose
Oh yeah, the Dunwich Horror. I don't like that one. It's like, yeah, it's invisible. Okay, just burn it down.
Its true appearance was so
Oh, that's wow. That looks cool. Like this image looks so awesome.
Mind that simply seeing it was enough to drive the spectator insane. It was known to be a beast of colossal proportions, easily capable of swallowing many cattle, or for that matter...
Oh yeah, he ate the cattle, I remember it was.
Also known to leave a dark, vicious substance.
I hope they have the color of space on here as a monster. That one's really eerie as well. Yeah, Kirito and Asnerd. That's interesting.
Who planned on utilizing his offspring as a portal to the mundane world. It was kept hidden away in the Whately farmhouse and nourished on cattle by its mother and grandfather until the former inexplicably vanished and the latter died. It was thereafter cared for by its brother Wilbur, who was killed while attempting to steal a copy of the Necronomicon from Miskatonic University in order to call Yog-Sothoth. After this, it went on a rampage with no one to look after it.
Yeah. Yeah, isekai as power fantasies is like, I don't know, like if the main character is good, well developed, it's cool. Like I kind of like that. Like if you never really lose, that's pretty fun. But I don't know. I don't know. Like many isekai, I think, they flare out. I don't know what the word is. Like they start to get repetitive and boring. I don't know.
Also known as
and then there's also like 1,000 girls they get or whatever.
Shathak is barely known, but according to the ancient documents known as the Parchments of Nom, she married with Sathog.
Ah, Billy, you meant the game. Yeah, the games were. I played one a bit. I think it was fun.
Old one, Zvilpogua. Her whereabouts and present activities are unknown. Clark Ashton Smith created Shathak, but did not expand on it. Some elements were.
Okay, so it's not Lovecraft. So let's skip it. Sorry.
Zvilpogua, also known as Ossidarkiwa, the Star
Oh, okay, now I apparently went
one from H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. Zvilpogua usually takes the form of a huge bipedal toad, with no arms but a pair of
toad, again.
It had a lengthy neck and a face covered in thick grabbing tentacles.
I think toads are a fear of people because you're afraid of the diseases they might carry.
According to legend. This dreaded monster is mentioned in the occult book of evil sorceries done in New England of demons in no human shape. Zvilpogua is capable of generating an avatar known as the Star Beast, which these people...
Star Beast sounds so cool. However, the new Doctor Who episode is gonna be called the Star Beast. I will react to that. I love Doctor Who. I'm so glad someone with a brain is back writing it.
The beast would only return to the sky when it wanted. It's uncertain what shape this avatar took. Zvilpogua is thought to have been born on the planet Yak.
Looks so cool.
The old ones Sathogua and Shathak, and now lives on the planet Yantram, which
of course it does.
Star Algol in the constellation Perseus.
Yeah, so
Ashton Smith coined the name Zvilpogua, but it was never developed. In the Lurker at the Threshold, August Derleth created Zvilpogua from an unfinished piece.
Why is she telling me stuff about a thing that is not from Lovecraft?
Cthulhu and EDR, and sibling of Ithogtha, Zothamog, and Cthulhu, Katana Thoa is an enormous, amorphous, godlike being whose appearance is so hideous that anyone who looks upon it, or even an image of it, will be instantly immobile.
Toad fear acquired by father. Check.
With their skin assuming a leathery texture and their internal organs preserved.
Let me actually see if there's because she's Yugoth. Okay, I will watch the ones I have heard about because some of them seem not to be.
The third place we are featuring in our list is no less than a monster, since it has the
and she's getting hungry, so I don't want to
Yugoth, sometimes known as
have her cry in a moment.
From H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. While some sources claim Yugoth is the planet Pluto, others claim it's a massive trans-Neptunian globe twice.
No, yeah, that's why I know Yugoth, because the Migo are from Yugoth. And it is Pluto.
twice the size of
It is pretty obviously Pluto.
Jupiter. Whatever the reality is,
Sorry, again, it was before, I think Pluto was just discovered, and then he wrote the story because he had a nightmare about it, I think, if I remember correctly. So it is Pluto.
located in the outskirts of our solar system. Yugoth, according to Clarke's revelations, was the birthplace of a now extinct species of aliens, whose abandoned cities of black stone and emerald pyramids still litter the frigid Earth. Instead of water, the planet is partially covered in oceans and rivers of a heated black tar-like substance.
Oh, that's
Its
so weird.
surface is battered by ferocious winds, and the overall aspect of the dark world is enough to drive a man insane. Post the extinction of the
Good night, Maras Musine. I hope you have great dreams and don't end up in weird Lovecraft land.
original Yugothians, a variety of creatures have dwelt there, including the outer god Kuxukluth and his family. But all but Kuxukluth have since left. The extraterrestrial Migo have also created a colony on Yugoth,
Yes.
establishing their city on the rim of the hole inhabited by the outer god, which means that they must evacuate on a regular basis when Kuxukluth rises its eldritch head to
Come on, they just make that up. What is
the
that?
surface. Novka. Novka looks like an extraordinary
Novka, yeah, of course, Novka. That looks weird. Novka, Wilbur. No, we don't do. We already did it. Wilbur, Astur, Out of Tinderloss, Hunting Horror. That sounds cool though. It's not a gobble-up name.
hunting horror. The hunting horrors are enormous monsters that resemble gigantic annelidal serpents. They also have a massive pair of bat or dragon-like wings with a rubbery texture, curiously malformed heads, and twisted appendages that finish in vicious
A bit
talons.
like
Their bodily
bat
face is
dragons.
supposed to alter and change all the time, making it impossible to focus on the creature as a whole. The horrors who serve Nyarlathotep as attack dogs have a great antipathy to light in all its manifestations.
Ah, I
in
see.
fact, a strong enough blast of light can turn one into ash. However, that doesn't mean that they aren't formidable foes, especially for humans. Innsmouth.
Okay.
This one isn't a monster.
Okay, Innsmouth again. Yeah. Yeah, she's getting a bit. Venus. Oh yeah, there are people from Venus. So they didn't have Yith here. I think that's a bit stupid. But basically, I think that's like we had all the good ones. They did not have. Why do they not have the great race of Yith here? Like that's really stupid. That's really stupid. That's really stupid. So, and I think I have to now slowly go feed my daughters again. But I will before that we will create the horror story about the we will create the horror story about the pharaoh. Yeah, you can just use the flashlight or a laser. So we will create a new story, and it will be the Egyptian one. Let's call it Curse of the Pyramid. I can still change it later. Yeah, if you're interested, all my horror stories are on this wiki, but it is linked in most of my recent videos, so you can just go there. Yeah. Oh, I'm gone here. Fun. That's funny. Anyway, I'm a bit sad they didn't have the great race of Yith. That's the best Lovecraft creature, I think. But I think they are also a bit too similar to the other things. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so I might start some Lovecraft reading because I will see how quick I am with Wheel of Time in the future, because I think I will be able to do a chapter again every other day, because I can take some time when these little beauties are asleep. Yes. Yeah, she's getting really hungry, I think. Yeah, anyway. And yeah, I might like if when the horror story is out, I might try to do a live stream of listening to that one as well, because I got the what do you say, permission? Yeah, permission of the one who reads that I can do live streams with the readings. So I don't know when it's gonna be out. It's nowhere to be seen, but yeah, the latest one, I don't know. Like, we could start, because she's now sleeping again. You know what? I will just do it like it. I will start listening to the newest story, perhaps, or the one before that, if you like, we can choose. And then I will just like, in, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, I will probably then go feed my daughter and call it a day. But you can still continue listening to it if you want to. So let me actually see. Oops. So what is the last one? Yeah. Or we could we could listen to a short one. Yeah, we could listen to one that's about yeah. So we've got 3 possibilities which we could like listen to for the end of the stream. We could listen to the story "My Boyfriend is Being Watched." That one is like very well voice acted. I like it. It's also only 18 minutes. Then we have yeah, we have The Man. It's the third or fourth story I ever wrote. And we have My Friend Was Taken by Corrupted Thoughts. So I will just do a quick poll, then we will choose and we will listen to it and slowly call it a day. Boyfriend Was Watched, Man, and what was the other one? Corrupted Thoughts. I'm just gonna do it like this. So 2 of these are actually based on dreams of mine. They are like, all of these are one of the first stories I've written. And The Man was one of them. Like, The Man wasn't the most frightening dream I ever had, but it was one of them. The Corrupted Thoughts, though, that was one of the most frightening dreams I've ever had. So, Boyfriend Was Being Watched. Boyfriend Was Being Watched was a funny one. I always wanted to write an audio like play, so to speak, in horror, and that one, yeah. But yeah. Okay, so we will do. Apparently, we'll do Boyfriend. I don't know how many people in the stream. Like, are we 4, 5? I don't know. So we will do Boyfriend. Boyfriend is yeah. I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah. So we will listen to My Boyfriend Is Being Watched. And as like I don't know, do you know the wiki? Like I will like as I said, if you want to know more, I also wrote some background information and generated some AI pictures and stuff. So if you want to dive into my universe here, but let's have a tease as is, like we do at every Halloween as well, listen to a story, and we will just listen to the long one down the line. Perhaps I will be able to live stream again. I mean, this worked pretty well. I might do Tower of God again as well, because she is like being a real great little real great little treasure. So let's okay, Boyfriend. So Man, Corrupted Thoughts, Boyfriend. Yeah, Man was like Man and Corrupted Thoughts, like Corrupted Thoughts. So if you listen to them on your own, Corrupted Thoughts is like 80% a dream I had, 1 for 1. And The Man is just like the idea of it was a dream, like I was hunted by that asshole. So anyway. So Boyfriend Is Being Watched. So for all of you who've not heard Vidith's great voice, he has a great voice, but Tell me if it's too slow, but we'll go now. End of the stream, and
The following entry was posted on the homepage of Berlin City Hall on 27/06/2015 by an unknown hacker. It was, however,
that was me.
taken down by the website's administrators shortly thereafter. Whether it was a joke or something entirely different, everyone should decide on their own. It should be noted that the mentioned events coincide with certain other newspaper articles from around that day.
Yeah, sure, Miriam.
My name is not important, and I suppose it is better if it is never linked to the events that I am about to write down. It is of utmost importance that nobody, absolutely nobody, sets foot into those rooms at Tamsler Street again. I cannot be certain, of course, but I believe that something happened in that flat, something that most people would classify as dangerous. I know that not giving my name will highly undermine my credibility, though I hope for the enclosed transcript to lend my words more weight. The transcript of what my boyfriend recorded speaks for itself, and everyone will understand that no one can ever move into those rooms again. Last week the media reported briefly on this case. It did not get any attention due to the political turmoil, and I bet that nobody really cared for it. Perhaps I should tell you a bit about Ryan before you listen to these horrid recordings of his. He was a sweet guy, though admittedly he sometimes had anger issues. We both were sad loners when we met, but together we found some comfort again. He was a hard-working guy, very determined to get to the top. That was all. Just some stress that he did not manage too well, but not mental sickness, I swear. So whatever he felt, saw, it must have been horrifying. I hate myself for being on a short vacation and not with him when it happened. It was just after I helped him move into his new flat. He was left alone and I was not there. But I can't change that. All I can do is warn you of those rooms. Now, the following is the transcript of my boyfriend's disturbing recordings. I got them only when the police released his belongings after his case was ruled to be one of schizophrenia rather than an encounter. What rubbish. He never had schizophrenia, believe me. I'm a coward, so I censored my name. You will notice, I'm sure, but I can't risk being identified. I'm too afraid, too freaked out. When I said
Okay, so that was the setup. Girl posts the notes, and now he, of course, reenacts the notes, and he does a brilliant job, as you will see. So, yeah. Ryan.
foot into my new apartment earlier today, everything seemed to be just fine. My new home is located in an old apartment building near the large park. I'll probably spend a lot of time over there in the green. My job is very stressful, after all. I've been given orders by my doctor to relax a lot and to get some fresh air. I'm a working businessman at a renowned company, and in these last few weeks, the first signs of burnout crept into my life. This fucking headache. So, I looked for a new flat and moved in as fast as possible.
Yeah,
I did
Sandy,
not
I
want my
know.
focus at work to be affected at all. It is known that everyone wants to live in one of the houses around the park, and it is almost a miracle that I got hold of this little apartment. I'm glad my girlfriend helped me move. I really miss her. She went on a short trip just now. I had to catch her evening flight. That lucky angel. 4 rooms, a cooking area, and a lovely bathroom with a wellness bath inside. I bet I will use this one quite often in the future. Can't wait to share it with her as well. Moving didn't take more than 2 days, and we poured ourselves a glass of wine and made some tasty burgers.
It was
Just after she left, I felt ready for my first night in my new bedroom. The last 10 minutes, I just looked through the windows to get an overview of the green park outside. I hope it will become some sort of sanctuary for us in the future. But in the light of the waning moon, all those huge trees started to look strange and threatening, and the black pond seemed deep and hungry. I couldn't stand it for long, and so I lay down on my new beds to get some sleep. So, there I am now, unable to sleep. There's this presentation I have to give tomorrow, pretty important stuff. I hate that so much. I hate speaking in front of people. I already see them, judging me, looking at me. Worst part of my job, giving presentations. But everything else I succeed in. I wonder how I turned out this way. When I was a child, I loved acting and participating in school plays, and I was good. Oh, I was so good. But I did not want to be good, you see. I wanted to be the best. And then I started making mistakes, and people started laughing. You know, these stupid school plays, they don't matter, no one cares. But I did. I did. God damn it. I usually would never record such stupid ramblings, but there is a reason. I got this odd feeling just moments ago when I was looking outside at the park. This feeling that something is looking back, as if something is watching me, as if something is peering at me from the dark. So stupid of me, it's so crazy. Probably just the burnout, the fear of the presentation, but nonetheless. Why am I even talking to my phone? I'm not a little child, not some lunatic. I should call her, but she's probably already above the Atlantic and has no signal. This room looks so alien. Stupid, isn't it? I don't mean that it feels new to me. Of course it's new. I just moved here today. No, the moonlight is giving it this abhorrent look. Am I exaggerating? Yes, probably. I am exaggerating, aren't I? I don't know. Shit. This can't be. I'm a rationally thinking human being, and this is just a stupid room. That's just a closet. That's just a desk, and a chair with my coat on it. Nothing special at all. I've been wearing this thing for some time now, and should really be buying a new one. But isn't there something looking at me? Isn't something watching me through the window? No. Bullshit. Of course not. Calm down. Oh, God. If anyone ever listens to this recording, they'll laugh their ass off. Except for her. She wouldn't. Oh, if only she were with me now. She always knew how to calm me down. But others, they would just laugh. Still, over there, I can feel it. A peculiar gaze resting on my body. But what on earth might that be? I switched on the lights, and there was nothing there. Why am I being such an idiot? Of course not. Nevertheless, I better lower the shutters, even if I hate sleeping with the windows covered. Well, it can't be helped. Okay, now they're down. Very good. Lights are out as well. Time to sleep. What is that? There it is again, this feeling in my stomach, as if my innards are tied into knots. Is something with me? Some being? No, of course not. Of course not. Don't be stupid. Everything's fine. I just need some rest. Something is there, watching me from the corner of the room. Hello? Who's there? No answer. What did I expect? I bet the neighbors heard me. They'd probably take me for a lunatic. Oh, Lord, I hope they didn't hear me. What is over there? I have to turn on the lights. Then I might see it. Whatever is here with me. If something were here, it would also be listening to what I'm saying right now. So whatever. God damn it. Nothing. Am I going mad? Perhaps. Damn it, this headache. I have to ignore it, think about something else. I wonder what she's doing now. Is she sleeping? Is she reading one of those stupid sheets they give you to explain flight stuff? Is she annoyed by the person sitting next to her? I don't know. Just think about her. Enough with this shit. Time to sleep. Hello? I wasn't able to fall asleep for a long time yesterday. Again and again, I had to go and look around.
Yeah, so again, first night in the new apartment, probably pretty weird. Let's see if he really was watched or if he's just paranoid. Yeah, so now we're at the next day. So yeah.
I just had to. I was so sure of something being there with me, gazing at me, yawning like a fucking stalker. I had a stalker once, a long time ago, but she's in the US now, and whatever this was, it seemed inhuman, somewhat. Crazy, isn't it? But that's how it was. Inhuman. Neither man nor woman. What else could it have been? I just went to the doctor's office, got some meds to calm me down. Nothing too strong, of course. I don't want my brain to get fried, after all. I should call my girlfriend, but she deserves her peace. She deserves some days of happiness. I'm on my way to give the presentation, hoping they'll buy my crap. It would be a lot of money. Luckily, I already had everything prepared yesterday. However, it hadn't been possible anymore to think everything through for one last time, thanks to my stupid fit. I'm taking the long way to work, through the park. I hope the fresh air will calm me down. The only reason I'm still recording right now is because my doctor just told me to. He says it might help me cope with things. Silly. Absolutely silly. That was just a one-time occurrence. After all, what would have been watching me? What? Shit. Isn't there something in the bushes? Hello? Now I'm shouting like an idiot, and those guys are looking at me. Only, what is in those bushes? What is staring at me? My nerves. Some kid's trying to fuck with me. It's rustling now. Am I imagining things? Please, 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 leave me be. Leave me alone. Fuck, it's just a fucking cat. Shit, I hate this. Yeah, laugh at me, asshole. Laugh at me, or better, mind your own fucking business. I should hurry. No time for this crap. I gotta go to work. No time for a walk in the park. I have to give the presentation. Everything will be fine. Everything will be normal. The next recording starts with a sob. I don't want any more. I can't. What sick, crazy, deranged shit is this? Fuck, where are my pills? Over there. Calm down. Everything will be fine. Everything will be okay. How could something like this happen? How? The meeting was going well, wasn't it? The presentation was perfect. Everything I did was perfect. Then I asked them for their opinion, and they all fell silent. Why? I got confused, distorted. Why didn't they say anything? Just their gazes, silently rupturing me and puncturing my soul. They just stared, just like that. Just like that, they stared and stared and stared. Were they even human? Their eyes were so cloudy, so strange, and of a terrible brilliance. I just ran onto the street down below. But it did not stop. Everyone just stood there, staring, gaping, without muttering a single word, without anything. The cars were standing still, the trams, everyone was just gaping at me. From the windows, the buildings, from everywhere, just staring. I got sick, and yes, I vomited all over the fucking ground. How pitiful. Shit. Crying can be heard for half a minute. And there was something else, something different. I just knew it. I felt it. Its gaze, this horrible feeling, this sixth sense. I'm now terribly sure that there really is something otherworldly. And I got my gun. When I see it, I will blow its brain out. Its fucking brain. But if it doesn't have one, no, lunacy. Keep it together. You can't be serious. Calm down. Calm down. There's nothing there. The feeling is gone now, isn't it? Perhaps it was just some bad food. It happens all the time. Calm down. What are you? What the hell? Oh God, please, what are those staring down at me? Bodiless, just there. You profane abnormities. How could this be? Close your eyes. Close your eyes, and they'll be gone. They'll be gone. No, please. They're still there, gaping inside my head, my mind, my soul. There's only one way. I am so sorry. I told you, didn't I? This is so weird and horrifying. When they gave me the recorder, they must have forgotten to erase this. So sloppy. I just listened to my boyfriend's last days. I'm so damn angry at myself that I was not able to be there for him. I just had to go, had to fly away. Thinking about me gave him comfort. I should have been there. But right now, that is not the worst thing. The worst thing is my laptop camera. I'm pretty sure that it is blinking, so someone must have hacked it. Should I not have been alerted? I'm good at this stuff. I'm the IT lady. I wonder who is watching me. It has to be the police. They're monitoring me. Well, let them. I don't really care. Just beware of that flat. Something is wrong with that flat. I also wonder a bit. What if this is not the police watching? If something else is here with me? It might be something behind me, and not the hacker. Well, writing down these thoughts was not a good idea, I feel. I'm frightening myself, and I'm starting to get paranoid as well. I'm pretty sure that there is something in the corner of my room, though. Every moment that passes gives me more certainty. It is not the camera. The camera's not even turned on. It is something behind me. But I don't dare to turn around. Something is watching me. I just have this feeling. I really hope this post makes it. I really hope I can type in everything and send it before... I think it is closing in on me. Are you reading these lines? Whatever you are you reading what I type? Are you looking over my shoulder? I bet you are. I feel you. I feel your gaze. Are you from that flat? Did you follow me? What do you want? What are you? I can hear you rattling. I can feel your eyes. Why can I not note down the house number? Why can I not write down the floor the flat is on? I am unable to... Are you inside my mind? I should have written down the exact address earlier, and now it's too late. I'm sorry, but you at least know the street. At least you know that. I hope it will not make me delete that as well. I have to finish this quickly before it takes me over or drives me insane or... To you, I say, do your worst. You have taken what I loved. I will fear and hate you until my last breath. To everyone else, I am about to post this right now. I hope someone sees this. Goodbye.
Yeah, so that was the horror story. And she's still sleeping. That's good. Yes. Yes. So, fun fact, I think this was the second one I ever wrote. Of course, it is translated using DeepL. Yes. Yes. And actually, the original version, so I rewrote it recently, and the girlfriend was added. So normally it was just like when I wrote it, it was just recording. And then I added the girlfriend because the story just had, like, it had been posted on the website, and I was like, why? So I introduced a girlfriend that was in IT, and so it worked better because then he was always like, yeah, my girlfriend, and she had like fears, and I could also use make the monster because I wanted to make it more clear that there was something there, not just paranoia. So anyway, that was one. And for all of you Warhammer fans, it's basically it's a bit spoilery first, but the explanation is something like something like the warp happened here, and yeah, it's it's the shortest one, though I think it turned out pretty well, especially with him reading it. He's so awesome. He read one of my stories, and then I asked him, "Do you want to read all of them?" And he was like, "Yeah, okay." And now it's a series on his channel. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and let me see. Where is it? Oh yeah, I'm gone now. Wait. Okay, I'm gone for a moment. Doesn't matter. Anyway, if you look at the wiki, you can read up on the entity and stuff a bit, and what it might have been. Yeah, scared with style. So anyway, yeah, the new one will come out soon, and as I said, the new one is probably the worst one, the scariest one, and the saddest one as well. That's it is really sad. I think perhaps I never can tell. If you write stuff, you feel stuff, but you might not be able to convey it. And but yeah, I think it's a very sad one and a very horrifying one, very brutal one as well. It's very, very brutal. And yeah, so check out the wiki if you want. So I think we should close the Halloween stream with that, because I now have to tend to my little daughters and go to sleep as well. And yeah, if you want, you can also check the others. Yes, some of them are my dreams I had, and that's pretty bad. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here. It was so much fun. I'm glad I could do it, because yeah, I wasn't sure how long I could stream, and yeah, it went well. So my daughter is asleep. Let me perhaps shortly. So she's here. So anyway, I hope you all have a great night. Great Halloween if it's starting for you. If you want, oh, Copy Pasty. Oh, hello there. Yeah, the story you won is also already with a title in the wiki. So all of you check out the wiki. There's more lore there, or check out Widow's channel. And we will, of course, perhaps I will do live streams soon with Tower of God. I don't know though. And yeah, I will do the Lovecraft reading. I think I really like the idea of that. And yeah, we might listen to the long story. But oh, comedy, no problem, man. Just you can look up on rewatch the stream, and I hope I will be able to record some more One Piece and Wheel of Time, and after that, Attack on Titan, and another anime probably. Anyway, all of you, you're so awesome. I hope to see you soon in the next video, and take care of yourself and have a happy Halloween. Bye.